Chris Broussard discusses Giannis, Damian Lillard's future in Portland. Lakers hunt for veteran point guard I THE HERDShannon Sharpe on whether Giannis proved James Harden wrong by winning a title. First, undisputed Chris Broussard predicts at least 2 more titles for Giannis. He's going to be unstoppable. First things first. Marcellus Wiley. Giannis championship does not diminish superteam titles. I speak for yourself. Skip and Shannon react to Kevin Durant's crowning of the Giannis-led Bucks a dynasty after finals win. I undisputed Skip Bayless. Russell Westbrook is a bad fit for LeBron and AD because he's not a true point guard. I undisputed Nick Wright reveals his end-of-season NBA playoff pyramid. First things first. Giannis Antetokounmpo had the most fun celebrating his first NBA title. What happened at Seattle's expansion draft? Marcellus Wiley. Giannis' title only means more to himself. All rings represent a champion. I speak for YOURSELF 2022 NBA championship odds. Giannis is the best player in the world. Emmanuel Acho on the Bucks winning the NBA championship. I speak for yourself. Giannis was phenomenal in the NBA Finals. Chris Broussard reacts to Game 6. Nick Wright. It's fair to say that Giannis is the best player in the NBA. I The Herd. Colin Cowherd talks Giannis historic Game 6 and Bucks NBA title. I The Herd. Tokyo. Roughly 24 hours before the U.S. men's basketball team was set to open group play in the Olympics against France, it was waiting on the imminent arrival of 3 players it might need to win a 4th consecutive gold medal. But for an American team that had a bumpy couple of weeks of preparation for the Olympics, the fact that all 3 actually got on the plane and should be able to contribute at least by the second game against Iran registers as a major relief. It's not ideal, but I have a lot of respect for those guys for not only committing to do this but for keeping their word, forward Draymond Green said. We discussed at some point, man, who do you think is gonna drop out? The consensus among our group was nobody. One thing I can say is that's a testament to who they are as men, as basketball players and as competitors. If anyone on Team USA knows the toll a long playoff run can take both physically and mentally, it's Green. As a member of the Golden State Warriors, he's played in 5 NBA Finals, but even he never had to get on a plane 72 hours after the season ended, fly halfway around the world and gear back up for more pressure-packed basketball games. Had Middleton or Holiday decided to bask in the glow of winning the NBA title with the Milwaukee Bucks and enjoy that time with their families, it would have been perfectly understandable. Had Booker needed a few weeks to cope with the sting of the Phoenix Suns losing the finals, it would have been easy to explain. But the fact none of them changed their minds at the last minute. Very impressive, Green said. And also very necessary. Though it's unclear what kind of role head coach Greg Popovich has them slotted for, this is not the deepest roster the U.S. has ever sent to an Olympics. Just a week ago, Kevin Love left to deal with an injury. Bradley Beal was disqualified because of a COVID-19 positive test, and the U.S. had 2 more players in the health and safety protocols. Both of them, Jeremy Grant and Zach LaVine, are now back and ready to go. With the arrival of Booker, Holiday and Middleton, this will be as whole as the U.S. has been since this team was formed. We know they're in shape. They're probably tired, said LaVine, who had to fly to Tokyo separately from the team once he cleared the contact tracing protocols. They went through a roller coaster of emotions. Them coming over here shows how much they want to contribute. The U.S. won't waste any time getting a gauge on where it's at in this event. The French team, headlined by Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert, is considered one of the favorites to win a medal and finished 3rd at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2019. Though the U.S. roster in that event is not the same one it brought to Tokyo, France knocked the Americans out of that event 89-79. The one thing we can't ignore is their experience, Green said. But we always feel we are the best in the world and we try to prove that. The challenges we pose, no one else can.